Hello, welcome to Egerton University, a school based on agriculture. Today I'm taking you through fish and ponds that we have in the school. But first of all, this is the Agro Science Park in Egerton University, where I'm going to start by the fish hatchery, as you can see behind me. Sorry, we are not inside there because of the protocols that are there, but this is the place where we do egg hatching of fish. We have different types of fish in this school. We have catfish, we have tilapia, and other varieties that are edible and are freshwater fish. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the types of ponds that we have in this school, and yeah. So as I've told you, we are going to go through the ponds that are in this school. First, I'm going to give you the examples. We have the earthen pond, we have the lined pond, we have the concrete ponds, and lastly we have the greenhouse pond. So let us walk with me as I tell you more about these ponds. Behind me, as you can see, this is the earthen pond. This is the first pond that we are going to go through. The earthen pond is what I would call or refer to as the cheapest pond to construct, because it is basically digging a pond of your correct size and just compacting the soil in it. So then lastly you add water. But there are some factors that you need to consider. The type of soil that you have in that pond should be clay, because clay is known for its water holding capacity, and these other soils, they are not so good at retaining soil. And the type of the earthen pond, you need to be maintaining it, and by cutting the grass on the banks, you need to be checking on the water temperature. And also, as you put your fish, you need to put some algae on it so that you can protect your fish from predators that come around. We go to the next pond, which is the lined pond. On to the next pond, the lining pond. This type of a pond is just like the earthen pond. The only difference is that it has a polythene lining, as you can see. The lining can be black or maybe green if you have that kind of a color. The main purpose of this kind of a pond is used in places where the soil isn't as clay as we have talked earlier about the earthen pond. This kind of a pond has major parts with it. As you can see, we have an inlet here where water comes in from the source of water that you have. This is normally called the shallow end. Then we have the extreme end, where we have the deep end, where we have an outlet for excess spillage of the water. You can use this one for rearing fish of any kind, and also when inoculating fish to this kind of a pond, you need to have some nets in them. We go to the next pond, the earthen pond. The greenhouse pond, and I want you to walk with me as I tell you more about the greenhouse pond. So clearly, as you can see, this greenhouse pond has something like a structure around it. That is why it is called a greenhouse pond. It has set conditions that regulate the temperatures in this place. The water is always warm, and the conditions in it, the temperatures are way above the normal outside there. This type of a pond is constructed when you want to have set conditions for fish that you want to rear in it. It also has some structures around it, like the inlet. If you can see the inlet, then there is an outlet for excess spillage of water. And if you can look closely down here, it's not lined with polythene, but it is like the earthen pond. The only difference with it is that it has set conditions with it. That is the greenhouse, which controls the temperatures and regulates the temperatures in this place. So whether it's cold or warm outside, the temperatures inside here will always be warm. This is a good kind of a pond for places where there is not the temperatures are not as high as you would expect. We go next to the concrete ponds. On to our last pond, the concrete pond. This is a very nice pond that you can construct anywhere. It doesn't depend on the type of soil that you use. The only thing that you need is just some building materials, that is sand, soil, stones, and the water that you need, and also the fish that you're going to be rearing. It is a good kind of a pond, though it is rather expensive to construct and to maintain, because it can be, sometimes if poor maintenance is made, it can crack. But it is a good type of a pond if you want to keep some amount of fish, or regulated amount of fish, and also it is a good one to keep records of the fish that you have, because it is a small structure, or rather you can want a bigger one if you want to. But there are different kinds of these concrete ponds. There is a round one, there are others that are square, others are rectangle. Depends on your preference and taste. But all in all, this is also a good type of a pond. It has an inlet where you get in water. uh, Inside it there is a pipe that is used also to regulate the amount of water, to look at the levels of water in the pond. And also, if you look closely, you find that the water is green in color. It is also used for camouflage in case there are predators around where you are, to protect the fish inside there. You can keep catfish in it, you can keep tilapia in it, you can keep Nile perch in it. All in all, you'll get a good feel when you put fish in them.
Taco.
After that concrete pond, now I'm going to tell you, and lastly, this is the last thing that I'm going to say. For all those ponds, the earthen, the lining, and the earthen pond, they all need maintenance. You need to be cutting the grass around the banks to avoid predators like snakes to be housing in them. You also need to check the water temperatures and also the cleanliness of the pond, because of your fish. Fish are also living creatures and they need clean environment to be staying in. So you need to be checking the cleanliness of your pond also. And also, in case of any repairs that need to be happen to be done on your ponds, you need to be taking care of them for the best profits that you need. Otherwise, thank you for your time. Thank you for working with me in the park, and hope to see you next time. Thank you.